Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and today we're looking at scout play on city maps. We're following around Mammy Tamales, and he is in the 1390. This is a Tier 8 French light tank. It's characterized by awesome mobility, very good camouflage, light tank armor, which means nope, and a 6-round clip autoloader. The map is Himmlesdorf, and it's a Tier 10 battle. What can he possibly do on this map? Well, notice that he started out on the west side, and now he's moving to the east side. We're going to see that a lot in this game. A lot of people know that you have to flank and you have to use your mobility, but what does that really mean? People keep saying these things all the time, but nobody really knows what they mean. And so he's going to move, not north to south, he's going to move east to west, looking for an opportunity, looking for that opportunity to penetrate. And only then will he move north-south. He's going to move parallel to the line of engagement. So the green team's on the north side, the red team is on the south side. Where they meet, that's the battle line, right? And so he's going to move parallel to the line of battle until he finds an area to penetrate that looks good and safe and there's opportunity there for him. Then he'll move perpendicular to the line of battle. So this enemy 5916 is the typical light tank in a city map where he's like, oh, I'm just going to sue a scout. And they just go YOLOing at the enemy and promptly die. That's not going to make use of your tank. That doesn't do anything for anyone. You just have to use a little bit more patience. So again, he started on the west side, he went to the east side up the hill, and now he's coming back west, looking for that area of opportunity. He notices that the tracks are relatively empty, and maybe he can find some way to penetrate here. And so he's going to go peek around on the tracks, and he's going to use Sixth Sense to determine if there's anyone in front of him. So if that E50M was not there, he would say, peek out and say, okay, I think the coast is clear. I'm going to inch up a little bit more. But the E50M is there. And so now this is the... And the E50M is not in a great spot. I've tried pushing like he's pushing now. There's just too much that can flank you. The E50M has to worry about tanks on the 1-2 line as well as on the 3 line. And there's just not enough cover. So now that that tank is dead, if there were other tanks on the 1-2 line, they would have certainly shot and most likely have been lit up, but nobody else shot. So Mammy's going to take this time to move up slowly, again, just kind of waiting for Sixth Sense to go off. That's why he's being pretty cautious. When he's finding a way to penetrate, don't just barrel into the enemy. There could still be a tank destroyer hiding on the K line or the J line that just hasn't spotted him yet, just moved into that position. So he peeks around the corner and pulls back. Not necessarily because he's going to spot anything, but also because he's allowing Sixth Sense to tell him when he's been spotted. So because it hasn't gone off, he can be reasonably sure that there is no one in front of him. Now this is the opportunity he's been waiting for. He tracks a Leo in the open, and he has an autoloader against the Leo. Another great track shot, preventing the Leo from escaping. That's pretty much the bread and butter situation. He chooses not to expend his last shot. That's a judgment call on his part. And now he hides behind a low when that 183 appears. And that's going to look like a weird decision. A lot of people would say that is cheap or you shouldn't be using teammates for cover. But it's actually the correct decision. So the low was at 17% before he died. And Mammy is still at 1,100 hit points. The low had, what? 200-300 hit points. And so for the team, if Mammy would have gotten hit by the 183, he would have instantly died. The 183 would have overmatching on the tank, so the armor on the AMX 1390 is what? 45 millimeters thick. Overmatching is when the caliber of the gun is triple the armor thickness. It automatically penetrates. There are no auto bounce angles. So the 183 shoots a 183 millimeter shell. That's over 3 times the thickness of any of the armor on the MX 1390. It would have penetrated. He would have died automatically. So hiding behind the low is actually the best thing for the team because it allows the team to have more hit points available. Anyway, Now that the 1-2 line is closed off, Mammy again, east to west movement, parallel to the line of engagement. And when he finds a place to penetrate, he goes in there and he's able to clip out a bat chat with no return fire. That's absolutely fantastic. So he's been on the west side of the map 3 times. He's been on the east side of the map twice. He's continuing to use that mobility to pop up in places where he is not expected to go. He's not trying to be a hero. He's just helping out teammates where they need help. He's pushing where he thinks he can try to push. He did a push on the 1-2 line with his team. And now he's kind of resetting the situation, and he's just going to prepare to help out the team. In an end game, the 1390 is a very powerful tank because of that 6-round clip autoloader. When you pop up behind a tank, you can clip out almost anything because everyone's kind of taking damage so far in the game. And there's another cool thing. The line of engagement has changed. Before, the green team was north and the red team south. Now the green team is on the east and the red team is west. So now he's going to move north and south looking for places to penetrate instead of east and west, moving parallel to the line of engagement to look for opportunity. Great stuff. Mammy has done a good job of conserving HP, and now he actually chooses to trade HP with the Type 61 so he can try and clip him out. If the Type 61 would have just sat there and traded shots, then he would have died. And so the game starts to move firmly in the green team's favor. In this game, Mammy did over 3,000 points of damage. That's from a light tank that nobody expected anything from. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.